This is TWiT.
I don't actually have a demo for y'all today because I think that I don't feel super comfortable having all that fitness stuff with my app being up on display for everybody. But I am going to talk about the app that I brought today, which surprisingly has not been in the arena, even though it's a very well-known app. And the app I brought is Strava. You may have heard this app. This is an app that is very popular with runners, bikers, cyclists, and I started getting into it last year for swimming. And part of the reason I really liked it is because it had a friend, community element to it. So I have a couple friends who are on it, and we're all just like leading each other on. And look, I'm not Miss Athletic over here, but I'm going to tell you, it feels nice when you go for a nice long swim or you go for a hike and then your friend from another state over gives you a kudos and goes, way to go. It makes you feel good, okay? So that was one of the reasons I kind of logged on to Strava. I had stopped using it through my pregnancy, though, just because exercise was not happening the way it used to. But now that I'm getting back into it, it also turns out that Strava has had a huge update. So the app, which just released a major update today, and I was actually reminded of this through a push notification, which is what got me to go back in and start setting everything up. So normally, and what the app is very well known for is the fact that you can record your hikes and your biking and what your route was and elevation, and all that, which is great to have that information when you are comparing, and contrasting your performance. But now it lets you actually map your route. And apparently, and I haven't actually used this yet, but apparently now you can map it so that you can go places that aren't super crowded. So you can kind of adjust your routes so that you can go running or biking someplace that's not going to be just teeming with people, because we're still practicing social distancing. So a lot of these new features, of course, comes with a subscription, and a subscription, I believe, is about $60 a year. I'm already subscribing to some things for fitness purposes, and so I am very curious to see if this is going to be something I stick with. They're giving you a 2-month trial right now. Some of the new features include a big routes update, which is the one that I mentioned, which lets you plan your routes that you're going to go on, as well as gives you recommendations. This is for both the iOS app and Android, just, if you have anybody in your home who has an iPhone in their possession. Also, it lets you do matched rides so that you can analyze performance, and just on, if you're a biker, it'll let you analyze the performance based on the same route you've done over and over again. Lets you see your full workout history only on the iOS version, which is a bit of a bummer, but hopefully that'll come to Android soon. Workout analysis available for all activity types. It lets you do grade adjusted pace. So, maybe it didn't factor in the fact that you were going uphill or downhill. Now it will, which is nice to have that data available. There's also new leaderboard segments that you can take part in. So I just joined a June-July walkathon. Let's see how much walking I can get done in the next 2 months. And also now you can access your training log on Strava.com and on Android devices. There's also favorites feeds. It let you do things like effort detection, all these new little features that I have yet to kind of dig into, but the idea of them gets me excited. The other reason that I suggest Strava is because if you're a Samsung Watch user like me, this is one of the few apps that actually works with the Tizen OS. So something to just kind of keep in mind. Of course, there is a Wear OS app. I haven't used Wear OS in years as a daily driver, so I can't really speak to that. But I can say that on the Samsung Galaxy Watch Active, which is the one that I have, it works really well. And I'm looking forward to kind of testing out this new subscription service, seeing if I can really get my money's worth out of Strava. And of course, while I'm doing all of this, I'll have my friends by my side cheering me on, which is always fun. So check out Strava. And mind you, it's not just for the activities I mentioned. If you're a hiker, it's great. One of the reasons I use it, but it also does CrossFit, kayaking, rock climbing, surfing, which is another thing that you can do while we're being socially distanced. It does yoga, which is another thing that I really like about it. Because that's something I practice at home. And it also does indoor running, cycling, and gym workouts. So stuff that you're doing at home. Something to kind of keep in mind. So Strava, check it out. It's free to try, free to use some of the free tiers. And then there's also a subscription service that gets you just a little bit more.
Nice. Everybody's heard of Strava at one point or another. Check it out.
I can't believe it hasn't been in the arena yet. That's a good deep cut there, Flo. Good job.
Yeah, deep cuts.